Clive Palmer's United Party has received a recent boost in the polls and is now considered an outside chance to pick up a seat in the Senate. The leader of the party, Clive Palmer, joins me now from the Sunshine Coast, the beautiful Sunshine Coast. Clive, good morning to you. How confident are you of that one Senate seat?
Not very confident at all, Carl. We're looking for about 10 Senate seats across Australia. That's what our polls are telling us. You're just reading the rubbish that Rupert Murdoch puts out. He owns News Poll, he owns Galaxy Poll, and he said he's going to support Tony Abbott as Prime Minister. He's sworn an oath of allegiance to a foreign country. He's not an Australian citizen. He sends his apparatchiks out of here who are also not Australian citizens to tell his editors what to write, sacks the editor of the Courier Mail and 20 journalists throughout Australia. We've got 150 candidates in every state of the Commonwealth ready to go, and people realise that the current two alternatives are hopeless. You know, Rudd's got a disaffection rating of 56%. Tony Abbott's got 48%. So let's get something going by Australians for a while. Kevin Rudd brought over Obama's media team. Good God.
10 Senate seats?
Yeah, I think we'll get something like that. You wait and see.
Come on. I mean, you'd be happy with one.
Hold on. No, two weeks ago they said we'd get 1%. I had nothing. So the media likes to decide how the election result will be before the election's held. Not the Australian people. They want lower taxation. They want the pension increase. They know we'll do it.
All right. Next up, an email you sent this week has caused a fair bit of outrage among your employees. You wrote, quote, "Considering my long and continuing commitment to you and your families, I expect that all those that are able to will volunteer their time for approximately 4 hours on Saturday to assist in manning the polling booths. I look forward to your involvement and participation on Saturday as a reflection of your commitment to the company and what we stand for." Clive, did you write that?
No, but it's just a beat-up. You know, this is not a national issue. If someone writes, 3 members of our staff are standing for Parliament, so other colleagues are being allowed to join them and support them. That happens in every workplace across Australia.
Did you write it, though?
It's a big issue for the media. No, I didn't write it, no. But I support it. I think everyone that works with people, you want to support your colleagues. Wouldn't you be supporting a cameraman if he was standing for Parliament? Wouldn't you be having a beer with him, mate?
Well, I wouldn't be in his employ.
Oh, well,
and I may not necessarily agree with what he says, even though cameramen are, very good at what they do.
Well, you don't have to do it. It's a voluntary thing. All right. But you've got the opportunity.
The serious side of it is that some workers say they fear for their jobs in this instance. Will they be sacked if they don't work in the booth?
Well, that's their problem. I fear for Australia, with Kevin Rudd and Tony Abbott about to take $40 billion off the budget.
No, but if workers fear for their jobs, it takes it into a whole different category.
Come on, Carl. Lift your game, mate. Get into a national thing. Don't get down there at the little local issues.
They're your employees.
You're bigger than that.
They're your employees if they fear for their job.
Look, if I've done something illegal, go to the police, mate. But talk about some decent stuff on your program or your ratings will go through the floor.
Do you expect people to work this for free this Saturday?
Yeah, I think all Australians will vote freely. I don't want to pay anyone to vote, Carl. Come on, get serious, will you?
All right, the front page of the Australian. The front page of the Australian hasn't missed today. I'm sure you're aware of Hedley Thomas, very well-respected Hedley Thomas writing. He says today...
Hedley Thomas is like black caviar with a broken leg. He's just working for Rupert because he doesn't want to get the sack. The Australian's not a newspaper. It's Rupert's plaything. Have a look at the Telegraph. Have a look at all the editorials.
Can you answer this accusation? Can you answer some of these accusations, though? Does running a viable soccer club on the...
I don't answer any accusation.
What? Sorry?
I don't answer anything from Hedley Thomas, sorry. He's just an apparatchik of Rupert Murdoch from New York. Rupert Murdoch's wife, Wendy Dung, is a Chinese spy, and that's been right across the world. She's been spying on Rupert for years, giving money back to Chinese intelligence. Read the truth about it.
Clive,
she was trained in southern China.
Clive,
no, I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you the truth. Wendy Dung is a Chinese spy. That's why Rupert Murdoch got rid of her, and that's the truth. And this guy wants to control Australian politics.
You're standing up for Rupert now.
Come on. No, he wants to control what you think. Have a look at your newspapers. That's what he wants to do. And Kevin Rudd brings over Obama's team to sort out democracy in Australia. This should be about Australians, and we're going to get a lot of Senate seats, we're going to get a lot of House of Representative seats, and we're going to change the country, mate.
Clive,
you should vote for us.
Clive,
and realise you're an Australian.
Look, don't get me wrong.
Come on, Carl, come on, lift your game.
I fully respect anyone who's going for office. I think it's something to aspire to. I just think you might have lost the plot.
Well, you don't really. You're trying to set up an agenda how the voters will vote. This is a democracy.
There's zero agenda,
Of course you are, Carl.
Zero. I can tell you right now.
Talk about the pensioners. Talk about the people in the Latrobe Valley. We'll talk about the people in the Trove Valley who haven't got a job. Talk about the people in the Hunter Valley that can't survive in New South Wales.
Well, you talk about that instead of raving on about the Murdochs. Why don't you start talking about that stuff?
Okay. Well, I am. We're going to increase pensioners' pension by $150. We're going to reduce income tax
fantastic.
By 15%.
Pensioners deserve more money.
They do, definitely.
How are you going to pay for it all?
You know, we're all Australians.
How are you going to pay for it all?
Well, simply
what are your costings?
Well, Carl, can I answer it for you?
Yeah.
We're going to let companies who now have to lodge their tax returns quarterly in advance, lodge their tax returns yearly in arrears when they've actually made the money. That will release $70 billion in the Australian economy, and each time it circulates, the government will get $7 billion of tax on GST. So if it goes around 5 or 6 times, they'll get another $35 billion. That means we'll have decent hospitals, a rising standard of living, and we'll be able to increase our pensions for our pensioners. What's wrong with that?
How are your businesses going, okay?
Yeah, fine. I mean, they're my businesses, mate. I don't borrow any money. I haven't got any mum and dad's things. I don't ask Kedley Thomas to invest anything. It's my money. How's your bank account going, Carl? Is it okay? What's your mortgage like, mate? I mean, this is all bullshit because these guys don't want to face up to the economy. Tony Abbott says, shut up, Kevin, and, and that becomes the national agenda. What about the economy? What about the fact we're going backwards at $3 billion a week? What about Australia and what the Anzacs fought for? We'll be up there, and we've got candidates in 150 seats across this nation ready to take government if that's what the Australian people want, that we respect, that Rupert Murdoch doesn't, that President Obama's immediate advisors advising Rudd don't. This is about Australia.
Well, you ain't boring, Clive.
You can say something, Carl. Good on you.
You ain't boring. How's the Titanic going?
It's fantastic. You know, it's bringing together Europe and the United States about peace and love. Everyone's got a Romeo and Juliet story or a Rose and Jack story. Even you, Carl, I'm sure you've been in love.
Oh, it's better,
half the world has been in love, is in love and looking for love.
It's much better to see your softer side, Clive. Hey, best of luck this weekend, mate. It's always good sparring with you. We'll talk to you soon.
Good on you, Carl. Be careful of Rupert. He might take over your station.
There you go, Fordo.